The last month has been a learning experience. I would say it's from the highs and the lows. Just learning experience of how to get better. You have to at the end of the day look in the mirror and say where can I get better and how I can do my job to help contribute to this team.
When you're struggling in game situations, is it tough from a confidence standpoint as a kid? Because obviously you're sort of by yourself to some degree. Just how difficult was that in that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, any kicker across the country, whether it's college or the NFL, you have to be mentally tough, whether you're in a time where you're not performing as well as you would like, or if you are, just to have flatline emotions and be able to respond and get better.
When you nailed the one before the half, what did it mean for you for the way your teammates celebrated you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really, I was kind of swarmed as soon as it came off my foot, and then I watched the video of it, and I see the whole sideline coming out. So that meant a lot. I mean, I have great teammates. Like, this team we're so close together. We have each other's back. We'll pick each other up when one of us is down, and just really supportive.
Who do you lean on for advice, whether it's mechanics or mental side of kicking or whatnot?
I would say mostly my dad, because at the end of the day, he's been watching me kick for the longest of anybody, so he knows me better than anybody.
I'm sure you've thought about it a million times. When this kicks, self-diagnosis, did you figure out why it was happening, or did you figure out the reasoning?
Yeah, so when I talked to you on the fall, about how I switched to a two-step, gave it 9 months, put my all into it, and at the end of the day, it didn't work out the way I hoped, so I went back to a three-step approach that I used last season, and so I've gotten that down and feeling really confident with that, and I've made kicks with it now, and so I'm on the right track.
What brought about the switch to two-step?
Just a more consistent plant foot, like I told you guys in the fall. I was looking for a way to just take my game to the next level, and it didn't work out for me, and that's back to what I know best.
Did you get there on your own, or was it a consultation with JP or Coach Miguel, or was it you made these decisions in the sense of changing, going back and forth with regards to 2 to 3 steps?
No, that's more of what's going to put me in the best position, just to help out the team, and so that's just got to look at that, and I think I've made the right decision with what I've done, switching back to a three-step approach, and I'm excited for this weekend.
Talk about your teammates and response after you made, but what about after this? It looked like Dimitri and Manuel, a couple of guys a couple weeks ago were really encouraging you. What about after this?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, when one of us is down, we pick each other up, and a lot of guys have my back, and at the end of the day, anybody that matters, they're in that locker room in there, so we had each other's back, and yeah, it meant a lot to me, but it made me continue to have motivation to try to see what I can do to get better to help this team.
When did you switch back to the three-step?
A couple weeks ago, after coming off of, I don't know what it was, Louisville game or whatever, and so just getting that timing back and that feel back, and I think I'm, what is it now, 29 to 30 in team kicks in practice since I did that, so.
And how have your coaches helped you? Norvell, JP, how have they kind of helped you out during
Yeah,
this time?
just constant, motivation, support, just trying to create adversity in practice just like any other position.
How do you try to handle criticism, and how much do you kind of hear that noise from fans and just Twitter chatter, that kind of thing?
Yeah, that's always going to be out there, whether you're at the college level or the pro level, that's part of it. And so, I mean, like I just said, the only guys' opinions that matter are the ones in that locker room, and so at the end of the day, it's pretty irrelevant,
Was there ever a time where you were like, dang, gosh, guys, chill out? Kind of.
No, I mean, if anything, I embrace it. It's just more motivation to get better. So.
There was a time last week, I think Coach Norvell was leaning close to you while you were trying to kick, and there was another time there was a speaker stood up really close to you too. Does that help, or in the moment, are you kind of blocking it out?
Yeah, I mean, it's just added adversity and distractions just so I can, it helps me maintain focus on my technique in a kick, trying to create it as game-like as possible, just anything to try to throw me off to where I have to maintain focus on my technique.
Where do you think the 47-yarder did for you and your confidence just going forward? Do you feel like now it's kind of blocked out all the other stuff?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, since I changed back to three-step, I've been nailing them in practice, and so then for it to translate in the game, it's just a stepping stone, and so just keep going 1 week at a time. And I'm excited for this weekend.
Real good.